Meanwhile, let's stay in North London, shall we? Interesting stuff from Kulusevski about Ange Postecoglou, who, of course, came in and replaced Antonio Conte.
You did well there with the name.
I'm good. I'm good with Ange.
Okay.
I can get that one going.
Yeah.
We're a young team, and everyone wants to play this way. I'm not saying that what we did before was completely wrong, but it was something completely different. I think it's easier to come to training every day and know that you should play with the ball, that you should attack and run forward and not backwards. Obviously, Spurs have had this great start to the season, Jules. What's interesting is, 18 months ago, 2 years ago, when Manchester United were looking at sacking Solskjaer, we were like, look, sack Solskjaer, bring in Antonio Conte. He's such a step up, he's going to improve this team. However, his tenure at Spurs was such a disaster. Has his stock fallen so low now? You're thinking, well, who would actually want Antonio Conte, given how miserable he is on the pitch and indeed off it?
Yeah, it's a good question. We will see what his next job is. Who wants to take him again or back or a new club? I think Conte would say that he never really had the backup from the club, which is not true because they spend still a lot of money under him to get him players like Kulusevski, like Bentancur, and others. So I think he's partly to blame, and I think his style of football was definitely not fitted this team, and the way he was trying to play was not working with his squad. They were just never on board, really. They had some decent results at times. They made top 4, of course. But it was more difficult than anything else, really. And Postecoglou has changed the whole mentality there. Everybody loves him at the club, around the club. The players love him. He's got that really warm personality, the opposite to Conte, who was very often grumpy, even on the training ground. And what Kulusevski is right is for a long time, the only training session, the only drills that they were doing at training was either try to play on the counter, that's all they were working on, or having to trail back defensively and everybody runs back towards their goal, not to be too exposed. So this is certainly not the kind of football that a lot of players like. With Postecoglou, it's very different. It's more fun at training, and so far has worked better than what Conte did.
Can't be grumpy at work.
I'm sorry, what?
Conte's been so successful in the past.
Yeah, his football.
He comes in at training, sees everyone's miserable, sees that you're not getting the results. Why can't he change things up, have a little bit of fun?
Well, he clearly can't, can he? His football, him and Mourinho's football is now, I would put it under the category of draconian.
Right.
Not to say that you can't do it, and you can, and you may have some success with it, but it is absolutely horrible on the eye. And I do think there is a sea change in what the viewing public wants, and the people that pay for the season tickets and the people that pay for the subscriptions at home. That what they're selling was okay a few years ago and maybe a decade ago, and it's certainly okay for some when you have success at the end of it, i.e. Inter Milan, Chelsea, but when you're at a team that is probably not going to be fighting right at the top end, like Tottenham, so your success is limited, what else do you have to hang on to as a supporter, as a viewer? It is entertainment. And he couldn't deliver any of those. He couldn't deliver success, he couldn't deliver the entertainment. And when that happens, it's horrible for the players, but it's horrible for everybody else watching. And I don't know how successful Tottenham are going to be. I mean, it's going to take a wee while because they need to strengthen the squad. But at least everybody, including people watching, are looking forward to Tottenham playing, and the Tottenham players are looking forward to play. It's just a complete sea change in attitude.
It's a no-brainer, really. If they're happy in the week, if you're happy at training, then you put...
Happy coming in, even with a bad running order.
No, it's true, though. Stevie always used to say he couldn't wait to get into training, and you were the same. You could share stories of what happened.
Because it's fun.
It was fun, but it must be like, obviously, when it's not fun, like Chivas USA.
Okay. Well, it forces you to retire, for example.
But it must be draining. And that's...
Absolutely it is. And especially when you know that you're an attacking player.
Yeah.
That what you have done your whole life is get that ball and find spaces, go in transition, go find the ball in an attacking area, combine, shots on goal, celebrations. This is what I live for. This is what has made me a good player. This is what has gotten me to this stage, to this moment. And I get to this moment, and what I'm asked to do is, you know that whole fun business of you running over there and scoring goals? No. Now you got to get back over there and defend. and not only defend, but sacrifice yourself. And that doesn't mean that we're going to win, which is the other thing. If you were winning, I think you sacrifice everything. But if you're doing that and you're not winning, then nothing is fun because you're getting no reward. You're not getting any reward for the playing style. You're not getting any reward from the result style. And so in the end, it becomes Kulusevski saying, hey, I'm having fun coming to work.
Sure.
I didn't last year. This is fun now. What's the difference? The manager.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.